Josh Allen is transformative. He's won his division 4 straight years, and in those 4 years, he has the most touchdowns ever by any player in the history of the sport, even more than Patrick Mahomes.
Today, Josh Allen is one of the most talented quarterbacks the NFL has ever seen. But who were 2 quarterbacks selected before him and the 10 quarterbacks drafted after him? We're going to look at how their careers turned out. First QB taken. The 2018 draft class was supposedly loaded at quarterback. 5 quarterbacks were picked in the first round, with 4 of them going inside the top 10.
With the first pick in the 2018 NFL Draft, the Cleveland Browns select Baker Mayfield.
Wow.
Quarterback, Oklahoma.
It is.
Baker Mayfield would be taken with the first overall pick by the Cleveland Browns. He was one of the most successful college QBs ever. He took home the Heisman Trophy in his final college season in 2017. In his 4-year collegiate career, he threw 14,607 passing yards, 131 touchdowns to 30 interceptions. But Baker was drafted to the Cleveland Browns, a team that had gone 0-16 the year prior, which is why they had the #1 overall pick. Baker would quickly get the Browns back on track, going 6-7 as a starter in his rookie year. He broke the all-time passing touchdown record for a rookie with 27 while not even playing in every game. Fast forward to 2020, Baker would have his best season yet, throwing for 26 to only 8 interceptions. In that season, he would lead the Browns to their first playoff since 2002. He would also win them a playoff game versus the Steelers. His performance with the Browns would slow down in 2021 and 2022. The Browns traded Baker to Carolina.
Baker Mayfield, the #1 overall pick in the 2018 draft, is packing his bags and he is headed to the Carolina Panthers.
He wouldn't play well with the Panthers, so they cut him. With just 7 games with the team, the Los Angeles Rams would sign Baker Mayfield. With just 2 days before game day, he led them to a 98-yard game-winning touchdown drive versus the Raiders. In the following 2023 season, Baker signed with the Buccaneers. He would revive his career in Tampa. He threw for 4,044 yards, 28 touchdowns to 10 interceptions in 2023. He even won them a playoff game and now signed a 3-year extension worth up to $140 million to stay with the team. Second QB taken.
With the third pick in the 2018 NFL Draft, the New York Jets select Sam Darnold, quarterback, USC.
The New York Jets would select Sam Darnold with the 3rd overall pick. Sam Darnold had only played 2 seasons at USC. This meant he didn't have much experience starting. In those 2 seasons at USC, he threw for 7,229 yards, 57 touchdowns to 22 interceptions. He ran well and was 6'3", 220 pounds. His first ever game would be against the Lions, and his first ever pass in the NFL was a pick 6. Fast forward some time, his next infamous moment would be against the New England Patriots in 2019. He would claim that he saw ghosts.
Seen ghosts.
This was in the middle of a 33-0 blowout and a Belichick masterclass. Sam Darnold played a terrible game, throwing for 0 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, and less than 100 passing yards. Fast forward to today, Sam Darnold is slated to be the starter in Minnesota. He has a chance to revive his career there and maybe do what Baker did last year. Fourth QB taken.
10th pick in the 2018 NFL Draft, the Arizona Cardinals select Josh Rosen, quarterback, UCLA.
The QB taken after Josh Allen was Josh Rosen by the Arizona Cardinals. Rosen would say things like, "I'm coming for Tom Brady's career."
I want to go to the team that wants me the most. I want to win Super Bowls, and I want to have the most. So I'm coming for Tom Brady's record.
He said things like there were 9 mistakes made ahead of me. Yeah, Josh Rosen was terrible in the NFL. After a horrible rookie season, throwing for 11 touchdowns to 14 interceptions, the Arizona Cardinals traded him. They somehow got a 2nd pick and 5th round pick for him. Rosen hasn't played in the NFL since 2021. 5th QB taken.
With the 32nd pick in the 2018 NFL Draft, the Baltimore Ravens select Lamar Jackson, quarterback, Louisville.
The Baltimore Ravens would select Lamar Jackson with the 32nd pick in the 2018 draft. Lamar Jackson won the 2018 Heisman Trophy. In his final year at Louisville, he threw for 3,660 yards, 27 touchdowns to 10 interceptions. He added an insane 16-0 rushing yards and 18 touchdowns on the ground. Going into the NFL Combine, Lamar refused to run the 40-yard dash. This was after team scouts asked him to play wide receiver. He would prove them wrong. As a rookie, Lamar didn't start right away. The team went 4-5 in the first 9 games. Lamar Jackson took over and went 6-1 the rest of the season. The following 2019 season, Lamar broke out. He would have 43 total touchdowns while only throwing 6 interceptions. This gave him his first MVP award. Fast forward to today, and Lamar Jackson won his second MVP in the 2023 season. Lamar was the fastest QB to reach 5,000 rushing yards, doing so in 82 games. He beat out Michael Vick, who did it in 104 games. He has a record of 58-19 as a starter. He made his AFC Championship game last season and should be making a lot more in the future. Lamar has been a phenomenal quarterback in this league. 6 QB taken.
With the 76th pick in the 2018 NFL Draft, the City of Champions, the Pittsburgh Steelers select Mason Rudolph, quarterback, Oklahoma State.
Mason Rudolph was drafted in the 3rd round by the Pittsburgh Steelers. Mason played his college ball at Oklahoma State. In 4 seasons there, he threw for 13,618 yards, 92 touchdowns to 26 interceptions. He also had size, standing at 6 feet 5 inches tall. Going into the NFL, he wasn't expected to be a starter. He has been a solid backup quarterback who can fill in for some games. His most infamous moment came in the 2019 season when Myles Garrett struck him in the head with a helmet. Mason now signed a 1-year deal to play for the Tennessee Titans. 7th QB taken.
With the 108th pick in the 2018 NFL Draft, the New York Giants select
Kyle Lauletta.
Oh, quarterback. Now.
Kyle Lauletta was selected by the New York Giants in the 4th round. Kyle was a solid athlete, running a 4.81 40-yard dash. He stood 6 feet 3 inches, 222 pounds. His big knock was his arm strength. He would only appear in 2 NFL games and only attempted 5 passes, one of them being intercepted. He spent some time with the Browns and Jaguars. He spent some time in the USFL too. 8th QB taken.
With the 171st pick in the 2018 NFL Draft,
The Dallas Cowboys select Mike White, QB, Western Kentucky.
Mike White would be the next quarterback selected by the Dallas Cowboys in the 5th round. Mike White put up some great numbers at Western Kentucky. He wasn't very mobile, running a 5.09 40-yard dash. Mike White wouldn't start a game in the NFL until the 2021 season with the Jets. In that game, Mike White would throw for an insane 405 passing yards, which made him the 2nd quarterback to throw for 400+ yards in their first start. He also set the record for most completions in a debut game with 37. That would be his only achievement worth mentioning. He is now the backup quarterback for the Miami Dolphins. 9th QB taken. Luke Falk was the next quarterback taken in the 6th round by the Tennessee Titans. Luke played his college ball at Washington State. In 4 seasons there, he threw for 14,886 yards, 119 touchdowns to 39 interceptions. Luke Falk never played a game for the Titans and would end up with the Jets in 2019. In 3 games on the Jets, he threw 3 interceptions and no touchdowns. He also played in the CFL for a little bit. 10th QB taken. The Jacksonville Jaguars selected Tanner Lee with the 203rd overall pick. Tanner Lee wasn't even all that good in college. In 3 seasons, he threw for 46 touchdowns to 37 interceptions. He stayed with the Jaguars until 2020. He is now an Amazon operations manager, according to his LinkedIn profile. 11th QB taken.
219th pick in the 2018 NFL Draft, the 5-time Super Bowl champion New England Patriots select Danny Etling, quarterback, LSU.
Danny Etling was drafted in the 7th round by the New England Patriots. He had one memorable moment in the NFL. It was a preseason game versus Giants, where he would pull off an 86-yard rushing touchdown. He did end up winning a Super Bowl ring with the Patriots as the 3rd-string quarterback. He then bounced around to the Falcons, Seahawks, Broncos, Packers, and Jaguars. He now plays in the UFL. 12th QB taken. Alex McGough was drafted in the 7th round by the Seattle Seahawks. He bounced around a few teams before landing in the USFL, where he led the Birmingham Stallions to a championship win and won MVP. He spent time with the Green Bay Packers practice squad this year. 13th QB taken. Logan Woody would be the last quarterback taken in the draft. He was selected by the Bengals. He has bounced around the league and finds himself back on the Bengals in 2024. 3rd QB taken. Let's go back to the Josh Allen pick.
Buffalo Bills select Josh Allen, quarterback, Wyoming.
Josh Allen had no stars coming out of high school. A couple D3 schools gave him academic scholarships to play for them. He instead went to play JUCO football at Ridley College. Josh would send emails every day to every coach in the country. No one reached out back to him. until one day, Wyoming flew over to his home and offered Josh. This would eventually lead him to being a projected top 10 pick in the 2018 NFL Draft. He had all the traits you would want, but arm, tall, and fast. He needed to be developed the right way. He had accuracy issues at Wyoming, only completing 56% of his passes. He would start off his career poorly with the Bill. As a rookie, he threw for 2,074 yards, 10 touchdowns to 12 interceptions, playing in 12 games. He did have 8 rushing touchdowns too. His stats would slowly improve in the 2019 season. He would truly break out in the 2020 year. He threw for 4,544 yards, 37 touchdowns to 10 interceptions. He also added 8 rushing touchdowns. He didn't win the MVP, but those are MVP numbers. The Bills finished 13-3. They won against the Colts and Ravens in the first 2 rounds. Unfortunately for Allen, he would have to face Patrick Mahomes in the AFC Championship game. He would lose 38-24. In 2021, Josh Allen's numbers would be similar, besides that he threw 5 more interceptions. They made the playoffs again and destroyed the Patriots in the wildcard game, 47-17. The following game was against Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs once again. It would be an overtime thriller where it came down to who could win the coin toss. The Chiefs won the toss and Mahomes went down to score a touchdown to win 42-36. That game was easily the game of the year, or even century you can argue. Josh Allen threw for 329 yards and 4 touchdowns to 0 interceptions. Meanwhile, Patrick Mahomes threw for 378 yards and 3 touchdowns to 0 interceptions. It was an all-time duel between these 2 elite quarterbacks. In 2022, the Bills would lose to the Bengals in the divisional round of the playoffs. In the last 2023 season, Josh Allen's stats were 4,306 passing yards, 29 touchdowns to 18 interceptions. He did an insane 15 touchdowns on the ground. Josh led the league in touchdowns and interceptions. Another year, another time playing Mahomes in the playoffs. This time, Josh Allen's kicker would miss a field goal late in the game, and the Chiefs would eventually kneel it down for the win. Overall, Josh Allen has proven to be a great quarterback in the NFL, but can he keep his interceptions down and carry the Bills without Stefon Diggs? Let us know in the comments and click on the video on the screen.